Test one, two, test one, two, test one, two, test one, two. 30 seconds. Good evening. We are here for, y'all already know what we're here for. 20 more seconds. 20 seconds more. Test one, two, test one, two, test one, two, test one, two. Good evening. I am Juanki and welcome to my world. Yes. We are here to do our reading for tonight. Okay, our unsolicited advice moment. Today's post is titled, Helping a Friend Find a Meaningful Relationship. Okay. Asking for a friend. I have a friend that came out a few years ago. He is older and looking for a serious relationship. He is having a lot of difficulty with apps and would rather meet someone in person. But finding men to meet has been so hard for him. He lives in the city and would love to find some meetup groups. I have no idea how to help him, but I know there have to be a ton of gay men groups that he can join in on. This is NYC after all. How could there not be? Since I am not a gay man, I can't venture into this enough to help him on my own. Meeting men at gay bars have not worked out for him. He doesn't even enjoy sitting at a bar, and he said every interaction seems to be superficial. I want the best for him and would love to be able to help him. Can you help me help him find his match? How can I find gay men groups / meetups for him to get into the scene? He's a great guy and deserves a loving partner. Please help. Okay, drop a bomb on that. Inserting your nose in your friend's business. Okay. All right. So my suggestion before I read the top comment on this thread is my suggestion. If you really are looking to help out your friend, just be there for him. I would say, especially since you're not gay, since you're straight. I think it's going to be a little bit challenging for you to set him up or hook him up. And last thing you want to be doing is sharing his pictures without him knowing. You're trying to play matchmaker, maybe with somebody and then it doesn't work out. And now you have two people that, you can't get along with, or they're having beef with each other. Like, my suggestion to you, friend, is mind your business. Drop a bomb on that. Mind your business. This man has just came out. Let him figure it out. Okay? Let him figure it out. First of all, you're not even gay. You're not even gay. So let him figure it out. Why are you inserting your nose in his business? Let him figure it out. It's New York City. Okay? It's New York City. Now, if you want to send him this clip, my suggestion, yes, you have to go out. You have to meet people. You have to get on the apps. You have to put yourself together so that you present well. You know what I'm saying? They're going to see the exterior first before it is superficial. It is definitely superficial. That's part of it. We are attracted to the outside first, right? If the outside is non-threatening, if the outside is aesthetically pleasing, then you engage in conversation and learn more about the person and then slowly fall in love with that person. But initially, we are visual creatures. We see the exterior first. So if you're not well put together, friend, okay, if you're unkempt, all right, if you don't have teeth for the window to the soul, okay, you have to put yourself together first. Once you put yourself together, let me tell you, I was a bachelor in New York City for some time, for a long periodical of time. Good evening, Miss Viewers of You. Miss Viewers of You has walked into the room. Drop a bomb on that. Oh, my speech. Miss View, I am tired, but I am committed. I think they call it Don't Stop December. I am committed to coming out here and offering my unsolicited advice night after night, day after day. So I just took a warm shower. And I have Hulk on standby so we could watch some Beyond the Gates as we eat some snacks. Miss View says, unkempt and stank. Not a good look or catch. There you go. There you go. So when I was a bachelor, Miss View, I've been a long term relationship individual, you know. And so, are you sleeping? Yes, I am sleeping and I am sleepwalking right now. I turned on the camera and I am monologuing for all of you guys. Well, thank you, Miss View. We are here for whatever you will serve us. Thank you, thank you. This is my. I'm moisturized. Okay, I have my moisturized routine. I gotta put my eye cream on, but that's right before I get to bed. So, when I was a bachelor, I've been a long term relationship individual, but there was a long period of time, 3 years, that I was single. At that time, I was making the most money I was ever making at that time. I was a bachelor. I had a little penthouse in Washington Heights. I used to call it the bachelor pad. It was a walk up. It was like 89, 87 or 89 steps to get to my door. I counted them and I used to go up the stairs like this. And that was my workout. Okay. That was my workout. 87 steps every day. Just like going up there. And it was my first apartment on my own without a partner. I walked in. I had been looking for like 6 or 9 months, looking and going through, open house to open house. And he just wasn't talking to me, wasn't hitting me. And then this one was posted on Craigslist. Yes, where all the killers are at. I like your hair. Well, thank you so much, Alexa. Thank you. You're very kind. So I remember like it was yesterday. I was Keisha Bishop. Hey, at Juan View. Hey, everybody. Happy holidays to you too. Listening at work. Okay, I'm glad that I can keep you entertained for a few minutes. We are doing our unsolicited advice. I just read the post, and the way that I usually do it is I'll read the post, I'll give my feedback, and then I'm gonna read the one that people voted the most, the advice that people voted for the most. So I remember like it was yesterday. I was in the Bronx, Miss View. I was in the Bronx. I needed to leave. It was like a waiting to accept. These mother heifer is psychotic. The whole waiting to excel moment. Yeah, that whole thing. And it was time for me to go. It was time for me to go. So I went ahead. Oh, Puerto Rico. Yeah, you see it right there. Boricua, morena, Boricua, morena. Okay, focus. Storytelling. So it was. I was in the Bronx, and I was like, I had gone to open house after open house. That just a bunch of scamming, or credit wasn't up to par, or they wanted 5 times the rent. I remember one person was like, "Oh, the only way they will rent it to you is if you can give a year worth of the rent." I say, excuse me, you might as well just go get a house for that. Like a year worth of the rent. Do you understand that we're still in the hood? This is still the hood. So I was venturing off to Craigslist to see the listings. It was like a Sunday. It was a Sunday, and a posting went up. It was in Washington Heights, and I was like, within 5 minutes, I responded. And within 20 minutes, I was on my way into Washington Heights to go see it. I went upstairs. I knocked downstairs. The super lives downstairs. So the super, he came out. He was missing an arm, the super. He was like disabled. And so he took a little while to open the door and all that. And we went up. And then he opened the door and I walked in, and I did just one walkthrough from the front of the door all the way to the back. It will go through like the kitchen, the living room, then it was the bedroom, and the bathroom was right across. I just did one sweep, and I walked, because he stayed at the door. I just did one sweep and came right back, and I said, I'll take it. And so it was my own little bachelor pad, Miss View, and it was just about, it was on the express line. So I had a lot of business down in the theaters because I was performing, I was auditioning, I was rehearsing, all of that. It was so close to my house. Like, it was like everything was just working out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had seen some apartments that were so further out in the city, and it would take me like an hour to get back to where I needed to do my business on a daily basis. But it was about 10 minutes on the train and about 20 minutes if I decided to walk down to the theater district, which is where I was spending most of my time because I was, performing on the whole nine. So it worked out, Miss View, that I could perform, do a matinee, finish the matinee, go back home, shower, have dinner, relax for a little bit, and head back to the theater on time for 8 o'clock show. Drop a bomb on that, which is very nice because most people don't get that. Most people have to stick around the theater for all those hours in between for the next show. So it worked out very, very nice. So anyway, I say all this to say, when I was up there and I was like, okay, I'm out of this relationship. I have a great job. I'm performing. I have my bachelor pad. Like, how do I start like getting out there and doing my thing, right? So I would put myself in places where people were. I went to bars, I went to lounges, but I also went to like art galleries, to showings. I will take myself out to dinner once a week. And I always went to the same restaurant, and they eventually like ended up giving me like my own, like the same table all the time. But I would sit there, I would have my scripts out, or I would be watching YouTube, having my dinner, cutting my steak, eating up, Sometimes I would sit at the bar and engage people in conversation. And you just have to be sociable. You have to be sociable, and don't approach everything as in, oh my God, I'm looking for my, Prince Charming. I'm looking for the person I'm going to marry. No, you have to go into it with, I'm taking myself out tonight. I'm going to go enjoy myself. I met so many cool people, and I went on a lot of dates. I met people that then asked me out on dates because I went to the art gallery, or I went to the house party. And then the thing is, if you're going to go to like the house party or like the get together or the meetups and the whole nine, you also have to have self-control. Okay, this is like a running theme for my videos from the last couple of days, but you have to have self-control. Like, if you're going to go to a house party that they're inviting you just because you're a new face and they want to get to know you, don't get twisted. Don't take drugs from people you don't know. Don't take drugs, period. But certainly don't take the blunt from somebody you don't know just because you're in their house and you're trying to. No, have your limits. Be clear about your limits. And behave. Like, if you know that you can't hold your alcohol, babysit one drink the whole night. And also, never close out the party. If you are invited just because they want to get to know you or whatever, go there. And I was notorious for spending 90 minutes at a party, Miss View. 90 minutes and then exiting sharply after that. Drop a bomb on that. Because I found that the later that it got and the more the substances started seeping into people's bodies, that's when the arguments would commence. That's when the inhibitions would get lowered. And I will always leave, right? You can't give him too much. You know what I'm saying, Ms. View? You can't give him too much. You got to just give him a little taste of the allure and the emotion. That's right, Keisha. That's right, Miss Bishop. You got to just give him a little bit of the illusion and the allure. Have them wanting more. Blowing up my damn AIM. Y'all remember AIM, AOL AIM? Welcome, you got mail. Of course, yes. Trying to speak to a friend of a friend. Who's that shorty that came with you? Can you give me his number? All of that. That's right. And also, and gay people are notorious for this. Don't be cliquey. If you're going to an event, if you're going to a party, if you're trying to socialize for the purposes of like hopefully finding, your person, be open to it's a hello. You could give a hello and a goodbye to anybody. Drop a bomb on that. Okay. It might even be entertaining, but a hello, how you do? If you walk into the room, you should say hello. If you're leaving the room for the night, you should say goodbye. You should thank your host. You should shake with a firm hand. The way I shake hands, I usually receive the hand and I put my other hand and I shake like this. That's my thing, though. That's my thing. And but if you get noodle hand, noodle fingers, and it's cold and sweaty and clammy, oh no, then you know that's a hand you never want to shake again. I digress. Focus. Okay, friend. So if you're looking to meet people, yes, you're gonna have to put yourself out there. You're gonna have. It's not gonna come knocking on your door, even if it's an app hookup. If it's an app hookup, it's not just gonna come knocking on your door. It's not gonna last. In other words, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to put your effort. You have to put yourself together. You have to cut your nails. You have to go get a haircut, get a shave. Put some deodorant, take a shower, preferably several showers. Get some clothes together. Take yourself out. Start with you. Like, take yourself out. And once you have that confidence and once you have that energy about you and you're walking down these New York City streets, trust me, heads will turn. Okay? Heads will definitely turn. Absolutely. Let me see right here. Pastor Sempa says, why are my men never serious in dating me? Pastor Sempa, well, what are you putting out? I will say these will be the questions. This will be the questions that I will ask. Why? What are you putting out? Are you wanting to get too serious real quick? Is it a turn off? Is it are you turning them off because you're just like you're sitting in the first date and you're already picturing a happily ever after? Which is, listen, it's okay. Just don't talk about it. Okay, drop a bomb on that. It's okay. You could have your fantasies, you could have your goals, you could have all of that, but don't scare the person across from the table. Just enjoy the meal. Just let the conversation happen naturally. And I understand that because I'm a theater performer and, I can talk. I have the art of talking, and I could talk to a wall and walk away fulfilled. Okay. I say this all the time. And I generally like to ask questions and find out about people. And just like I'm generally interested in hearing people's walk of life. So it comes easier for some people. I understand that it's more challenging for others. Let's see. He says, Pastor Sempa says, I only seem to find very shallow men. My question to you would be, where are you looking? Are you looking in the same place? Where are you looking? Usually, and it's not like I have a whole, life experience, but based on what I've experienced and what I've seen, so they use me for my looks and then leave. My question to you again is going to be, where are you looking and what type are you keeping around? You understand? Because usually it is my experience and what I've seen in other friends, you like a type and you just like focus on that type. Okay, you're not willing to go anywhere else outside the type. So you're looking, and so if it doesn't work out with this particular type in this area, then you just get rid of that one, but you're still in the same circle, and you go to the next, and you got, not you, I'm just saying the universal you. So for me, it's like if you're seeing that something is not working, go to a totally different pool. And the thing is, like, let me use this as an example. Some people might say, oh, I like urban men. I like urban men that are a little rough and the whole nine. So they look in urban settings, right? In rough urban settings where the attitudes and energies and maybe homophobia is much different, right? But I venture out to say that in a place like New York City, you can find your rough, urban man who's in the corporate world. Drop a bomb on that. I know it sounds like that doesn't match, but I can tell you by experience that you can find that. And so you see how you've now gone completely from the same environment that might just use you for your looks or what you can do for them or just for the purposes of sexual gratification. Now you've gone to a completely different area, which brings its own set of issues, I'm sure, because now if you're in a different set of but you can still find that type over there. You could find every type everywhere. Drop a bomb on that. You could definitely find every type everywhere. I also would say take your time, have fun with it. Take your time and have fun with it. I understand that dating is expensive. You have to be financially able to date. You really do. You really do. Pastor said businessmen aren't any better. Well, that's unfortunate that have had that experience. Where are you located, if you don't mind me asking? I'm just trying to. Is it an urban setting? Is it the suburbs? Is it the middle of the country? Like, where are you looking? I would like to know, where are you looking? I would say you have to be, first of all, you have to be mentally ready to date. You can't have I just finished a 8-year relationship and it's a month later and I'm ready to date. No, you're not. You're certainly not. I'm getting a divorce. We're in paperwork already and but I'm ready to no, you're not. You're still legally married on paper. Separation is not divorced. You understand what I'm saying? Or the best one is, the one that always gets me is, I'm dating several people at the same time, and but nothing is serious, and that doesn't work either. That's all red flags. All red flags. You can't, especially in a city like New York City, you cannot be extending yourself like that. And the people that you're dating should have the respect for them to have your undivided attention. Drop a bomb on that. And that's not possible. That's not possible if you're juggling more than one person at the same time. It's not. You're not giving your 100% and focus on one person, and that's not fair to anybody. That's selfish, actually. But you do have a lot of people who are shallow. A lot of people, because of social media, the love and hip hops, they created this fantasy in their head that they're going to meet a millionaire that's going to change their life. And the thing about it is that these people don't have millionaire bodies or millionaire lifestyles. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want a millionaire to whisk them away, but they can't even pick up the right fork when the table is completely set up. Drop a bomb on that. Okay? So I think people need to be like more realistic and stop believing what they've seen in the love and hip hops and the reality shows, because at the end of the day, that's a show that's been produced and edited to tell the story for that season. It's not true. It's not real. It's scripted reality. So I need you to calm back down to where we all are and act accordingly. Okay? All right, so let me go ahead and read. Somebody responded to him. Oh, wait, I just lost my space here. Okay, somebody responded to him, and most people voted for this. Okay, so, I can't even say this person's name. PHI, that's what I'm going to keep it at. And this is a top 1% commenter. Since your account seems genuine, I'll bite. Number 1, there is no science to this just because we are gay men. Every experience will vary. Number 2, the only way you get to what it is beneath is by the spark of what is superficial. If he won't embrace how to overcome superficial, it's a self-defeating prophecy. Here's how I have met 4 potential male. Okay. Here's how I have met the 4 potential male. Okay. Male partners I have had a longer term experience. Let me try this again, because this person, their typing is not. Let's do it again. Here's how I have met the 4 potential male partners I had for a longer term experience. Number 1, we both went to raves with the same group of straight people, realized we both weren't straight, F each other for 6 months. Eventually, I wanted someone else. He only wanted me, and his desire for monogamy conflicted with mine for polygamy or non-monogamy. This broke us up. Okay, so I'm going to stop right there. I don't think that's good advice. When you start talking about you are polyamorous And I don't know why everybody voted for that, but I'm gonna stick to my advice. Let's see. Pastor says, "I wish I could date the original Fat Five." With that said, on that note, leave your comments below. I'm gonna tag the original poster so he can read what we said. Again, for me, you just have to get out there. And the one thing I will agree with the post, the commenter underneath the post, is that you have to work through the superficial to get to the deeper layers. So it's gay men at the beginning. It's going to be very superficial. Hence why I said make sure you put yourself together. If you're going to go out and you want to get some stares and some looks and possibly a number or two, make yourself look good. Make sure that and if you don't have if you don't have the resources, then you're not ready to date. Drop a bomb on that. And that's okay. Don't be going out on dates trying to put yourself together and then don't be able to pay your rent because you spent half your rent on new outfits and the dinner plates and the events and the posting for the grant. Like, don't, if you can't do it, if you can't afford it, you can't do it. You have to be financially stable to really date. And I get it. People are like, oh, you could go to the park. We can do things that are not, ain't nobody likes that. Drop a bomb on that, okay? Now, when you first getting to know somebody, yeah, we can take a walk in the park or have a coffee date, sure. But we're not going to be walking through the park every single date and meeting at Starbucks every other meeting. Drop a bomb on that. No, that's not how it's going to work. That's a turnoff. That's just, and it's not about being a gold digger or anything like that. It's just not, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It doesn't set the proper expectation. Mikey 2493 says, what quality do you look for in a man? Well, Mikey, I am married. I am happily married to a man I call the Incredible Hulk. When I was searching for my Incredible Hulk, and it took a while for me to get to my Incredible Hulk. He checked every box. First of all, I'm going to go to the superficial because I needed to see him before I got to know him. I've always wanted to date somebody and I always dated people that were taller than me. But my ideal Incredible Hulk has always been above 6 feet. Okay, nice chocolate man. And yes, my Incredible Hulk is way above 6 feet. Way, like the tallest I've ever seen in my life. So that's a superficial, and has a strong build, strong muscular body, football build, so that all those were checked off. All right. So once he passed the exterior of what I want, and I was very committed to what I wanted, once he passed that and we started getting to know each other, qualities that I looked for, that he blew them out of the park, was the ability of respecting me, loving me, respecting my craft, listening to my goals and aspirations and dreams. Somebody who's intelligent. I did not want a weed smoker or any type of smoke. Okay, I did not need somebody who was a lot into drinking a lot. Somebody who walks into the room and commands it without even opening their mouth. And these are all boxes that my husband, the Incredible Hulk, checked off. Somebody who wanted to be serious, committed. Somebody that when he looked at me, I can see the stars in his eyes, and vice versa, and the blushing and the butterflies, all of that. So those were the first qualities that allowed him to pass to a second date and then a third date. And when I met Incredible Hulk, I actually flew out of New York City to meet him. He was outside of the state in business, and we had talked for like a month online. He was going to be out for a couple more months. And can you put no, I don't know what that flag is. No, the flags that I have back here are the flags that represent me. You have and these flags, let me just let me just give you a little bit. We have the Puerto Rican flag. These flags have been in every dressing room that I've been in since college when I'm performing. The Puerto Rican flag, because us Puerto Ricans, we always have to represent. We had the Dominican flag for the same reason, half Puerto Rican, half Dominican. And we have the pride flag because we are gay up in here. So that's what it is. There's no other flag that I need to put up here because no other flag speaks to me like those three do. So what allow him to go from, the first date to the second date to the third date to eventually, but our first date, I flew out. No, I didn't get flued out, but I flew out. I flew out, and then I went ahead, and our first date was a weekend, so we literally had like 4 days. We had like 4 dates on that weekend. I flew like a Friday, and I came back home like a Monday, and so every day was filled with things, and we did things and all that. So we spent a great deal of time. We did not have sex on the first date. Okay, we did not on the first date. We went through 3 more dates before we got it on. But let's just see here. Attention seeking, very nice, very nice. You just need to add the Turkish flag, and they get. I don't know who those. I don't know why lame. I don't. Do you 23 Hex? Do you want some attention? Do you want some attention, 23 Hex? Let me know, because I'll give you a ticket. Look, bam, you're banned. You're banned. You see that? You see that? Say hello to all the losers that are joining you. Okay? Pastor says, Mr. Hulk sounds like a dream, man. And I had to go through a lot of frogs, okay? A lot of frogs to get to he's not only a dream man, he's sent from the gods above. Drop a bomb on that. I was very, very, very lucky, and I'm so happy that none of them worked out before him, because this was meant to be like this. And so things are going to happen the way that they're designed to happen. You know what I'm saying? But you got to get out there too. You got to get out there. You got to put yourself together. You got to look good. And let me tell you something. If you feel like it's not going to work out, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. If you see the flags, that they're trying to use you for your looks, so they're just like, dump them. Just dump them. Move on. That you got to go through a lot of trash, especially the way that people meet now through apps, and that's why I say it's best if you meet through like a group, like a club, like a hobby, or you go to like an event or like a show, or some type of something. So volunteering, a nonprofit, a marathon, something like that. Maybe even at the gym. Well, you got to be careful with the gym, because the gym gets a little, weird over there. And then if it doesn't work out, you got the same membership, and it's like, I got to go somewhere else. Not that that's happened to me, but I've heard it happen to a lot of people. So anyway, thank you for coming through. Should I just ghost them when I notice flags? I think that's up to you. Whatever makes you feel more comfortable. I think I think it's best to always be upfront and honest. You can let them know that it's just not a fit. It's just not a match. If you feel like giving them a little bit more of a reason, feel free. But you're not here to make anybody else better for the next person. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't be mean about it. One thing that I always stuck by growing up is let your yes be your yes and your no's be your no's. And, learn to say no, and learn to stand in the power of, okay, this is not for me, period. This is not for me, period. Notice how I ended the sentence with a period. This is not for me because, and then you're trying to like handle them with kid gloves and that. No, this is just not what I'm looking for, period. Now, some people might think you're a bitch. Some people might think that you're nasty about it. You first, their feelings later. Okay? All right? It's just not a fit. I lost the interest. I think that we're at two different places. But why? Let me change it. No, it's just not. It's a good luck to you. Click. That's it. You understand what I'm saying? You can say no and not. I was notorious for like if I was invited places. This is not dating. This is just in general how I am. It's like no. Well, why would? And if it was somebody that I care for, or a friend or whatever, I'll straight up be like, and yes, I was labeled the bitch, but I would be like, I don't really have to go into details as to why I don't want to be there or do this, but because you're my friend, I'll let you know why. But just know that I'm just like, my notes are my notes, and I don't have to explain myself to anybody. Period. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't. My answer is no. Period. That's it. I don't have to go into detail, because now you start, if you open up that door, that gives an opportunity for somebody to grab and try to twist things around and I believe that less is more, and try to hear what you like, and then try to mold themselves into what. No, you've already seen their true, natural, to the best of your ability self. You want attracted to it. You want attracted to it. Best of luck. Oh, could we stay friends? No. That's another one. Don't stay friends with somebody who started out as a romantic interest. Drop a bomb on that. Doesn't work. Put some drinks in between yours and a blunt, and it becomes weird. Okay? You don't know what their intentions are. Then you get into a serious relationship, and all of a sudden this one is creeping. Okay, now there's, how do you tell your good partner now that so and I actually went on several dates and we both seen each other's climax? Okay, we both see, if they have seen you climax or seen your private parts and you're not dating them, don't bring them around. Drop a bomb on that. Don't bring them around. Okay, do not bring them around. Okay? It's not fair to anybody. Absolutely. It's not fair to anybody. So, Pastor, I'm going to leave you with this. Your question was, should I explain myself? I shouldn't explain myself too much. No, don't explain yourself. If it's and just keep on looking. It'll come. Anyway, thank you for joining us. We are doing this every single night for Don't Stop December. Okay. If you're watching, well, thank you. If you're watching for the replay, please hit the like and feel free to continue the conversation in the box below. Okay. I will see you tomorrow with another one of these stories. All right. Have a good night. Peace.